Welcome to TDN Live Awards Special. Like I said, this is kind of like your Ghetto Fabulous Heisman deal, you know what I'm saying? But this is no Madison Square Garden, obviously. But it's all good. First item of business, poll results for next year's draft. 12 people voted, as I figured. 9 of you voted for the regular season standings to uphold and set the draft order going into next year. That said, here you go, picks 1 through 8. With the first pick in the NAFLA 2010 draft, we have the Kirkwood Keg Killers selecting Chris Johnson. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. Something tells me that Chris Johnson's going to be number 1 pick next year. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Number 2 pick in that draft, we got the Greensburg Gold Members. Third pick goes to the Austin Cowboys. Number 4 pick goes to the Heartbreak Kid. Number 5 pick goes to the Bears. Ironically, he had the number 5 pick this year. Took Matt Forte. Maybe next year we look in a different direction. What do you think, Jimbo? 6th pick goes to San Pablo Saba Montoya. 7th pick goes to True Player. And the 8th pick goes to BJP. All right. Let's get into some awards, shall we? First of all, division crowns. In the North Division, Red Riders with a record of 8-4 won the North. In the South Division, Kemper BTK also with a record of 8-4 won the South. In the West, we got Team G-Men with a record of 8-4 winning the West Division. And in the East, we have the Crush with a record of 8-4 winning the East. I'm going to throw in there that Mean Green was also 8-4 in that division. The only reason Crush won is because he swept Mean Green in the division in the regular season. But Mean Green's tied with the same record, so I'm going to go ahead and throw my name in there as well as maybe a little East Coast divisional crownage type deal. Dip. On to the individual player awards. First of all, the MVP of 2009 NAFLA season goes to Ray Rice. Had a question about the MVP. I set up the MVP basically to come from the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I figured in order for that team to get to that number 1 position, they had a player on that team that helped them out to get them to that spot. That team should be rewarded for getting the number 1 seed. In that case, Ray Rice was Red Riders' top scorer this year. He scored 339 total points in the regular season, averaging 30.9 points per game. Offensive Player of the Year goes to none other than Chris Yardage Johnson. Yardage is the nickname I gave him, okay? If you guys want to go ahead and call him Yardage Johnson, that's perfectly cool by me. I mean, the kid is nuts. That's what I'm saying. Yardage Johnson. Chris Yardage Johnson, Offensive Player of the Year. 467 total points during the regular season, averaging an astounding 42.5 points per game. To the defensive side of the ball, Defensive Player of the Year goes to Patrick Willis. 271 total fantasy points, averaging 24.6 per game. To the Rookie of the Year, one of the greatest pickups off the waiver wire, goes undrafted. And for the record, Brian Urlacher doesn't go down week 1. I don't pick up Brian Cushing, and this match made in heaven never works out. That's right, I got another man crush, ladies and germs, and it's Mr. Brian Cushing. Rookie of the Year, scoring 259 total fantasy points, averaging 23.5 points per game. Sleeper of the Year goes to Mr. Cedric Benson. Where have you been, Benz? Thanks for joining the party. We're only a top 5 pick. You know, it took you a little bit. You're a late bloomer, but it's all good. Something about them Texas guys. Some late blooming action and some little smoking. Maybe that's what slowed him down. But anywho, Benson had a good year. Put up 257 total fantasy points in the regular season, averaging 23.4 points per game. Bust of the Year, unfortunately, goes to LaDainian Tomlinson. He was a first round pick. I believe he was 11th pick overall. Did not pan out for LT. You know, when you're going to take a guy in the first round. You want him to help lead your team. LT did not do that for the Austin Cowboys. Therefore, he is our bust of the year. On to scoring titles. I don't know if you want to call this much of a title. Low score for the year goes to Colorado Heavy Metal, who incidentally is in the playoffs. With the number 8 seed. So it's very interesting that the lowest scoring team in the league made playoffs. Heavy Metal scored 1,875 points during the regular season, averaging 156.25 points per game. High score in the league goes to the kid, Kemper, BTK. Put up 2,441 points and averaged just over 200 points a game, 203.4 points per game. So there you have it, 2009 NAFLA season-ending awards. Congratulations to the teams that picked up trophies, and for those of you who didn't pick up trophies, tough shit. Better luck next year. Stay tuned for the NAFLA TDN Live playoff special, where yours truly, Mr. Awesome, is going to break down the matchups in the playoffs. Seeds 1 through 8, 4 games, 4 teams move on to the next round. I will tell you who those teams are. Thanks for tuning in to the award special. I'm your host, Malo Verde, saying peace out, bitches!